Hey all, Mark Davis, Local 46. Got previous lead organizer Nick Gentin here today to talk about some of the issues facing Local 46 and our high unemployment numbers. Wanted to cover market recovery today. And Nick?
Yeah, so good to see you, Mark. Thanks for having me over. And Mark wanted to get some messaging to the membership to talk about market recovery. So here we are, right? So market recovery is a tool that Local 46 has in its wheelhouse to obtain work, whether you're in a market with busting employment or not. It's obvious what we're in now, right?
Yeah.
When I was an organizer during my 8-year term there, I saw increased employment going through the roof, organizing to fill these empty spots, and then I've seen tanks of work and I'd say massive unemployment. Right now, we've seen such a long term of high unemployment that it seems like we are now somewhat in crisis. Market recovery 100% is a tool to help with this. Okay.
Yeah.
Market recovery is funded through organizing. And then the organizers then, through the market recovery program, help our contractors win work. It's organizing the work. Many different ways to organize market recovery is to get the jobs, the hours.
Yeah. It's, so effectively, a contractor makes an application to you, and that application gives estimated job hours and that the job will take, and then we'll do a calculation on what kind of a grant we're able to give that contractor so that they can get their bid in under the non-union and secure that work.
Yeah. So market recovery helps our contractors be more competitive. It's very effective in the short term after getting a substantial raise. Let's say like in the early February to August raises. When you're in the first few weeks of that, it is a bit of a shock to the industry. You do have to subsidize that. You have to bridge that gap.
Yeah.
And that's how we do it, through dues money. And what it equates to is hours in the field, which then fund our benefits and create even dues money, right, through hours of work. And it is somewhat self-sustaining as long as you have a good source to fund it in the very beginning and you make wise investments in the jobs that create the hours.
Yeah. So I know I've seen different information out there on social media, and not everyone's a big fan of market recovery, but I know you've proven return on investment for the dollars that we use. I've seen your spreadsheet on, the grants that have gone out and the things that we've won and things that we've lost. And there's this sweet spot that helps bridge that gap of non-union to union wages and what gets our foot in the door to be able to target jobs so that we can create higher market share in these areas that we're not competitive in, and then break the hand-to-mouth relationship with the electricians and general contractors that they are just doling some of this work out, and our contractors never even get a chance to bid some of it.
Right. Some of our contractors don't even choose to bid it, even if they're asked to, because they've been there before and their bid will get shopped, or they know they're so high, but they want to see what they're at, so the preferred contractor can come in underneath them.
Right.
So consider this: if that is the method outside of the office on how they handle the bidding process, market recovery helps us whether we win the job or not. Okay. If you win the job and you get the lowest bid and you start bringing in the hours, puts our members to work, great. But keep in mind, if a non-union shop wins the bid after we've just subsidized a portion of that wage, and if it's a heavy subsidy, and we know when it needs to be a heavy subsidy, and they still win the job, then they're buying the jobs. They're doing the work, and in some cases wishing they hadn't won the job at that low of a bid. So it whether you win it or not, your program is being effective. Now, paying out the monies only happens if you win the job. So if you lose the job, you've still put a forcible constriction on that contractor. They got to do it with less people. They have to find a cheaper source of materials, and they can't get that right now, right? So in some cases, they may even default on the job, and the company could go out of business. Zero money spent through market recovery just because we were there lingering over that bid, right? Now that